Okay, so I've already taken the spark plugs out. Before I do the valve guides, I'm going to just check the compression ratio, compression of the engine. So I've got the spark plugs out. I'll take it to Reg, you know how to do that, so I'm not going to insult you by telling you how to take the spark plugs out. So we've got here the compression testing tool. That should go in there. That's a grip. Slide that in there like that. Screw that all the way in. Pressure gauge. Screw me quick connect on the quick. I could just screw the pressure gauge straight into the engine, but if I do it this way, I can just pop him on there like that. Well, I have the compression test done. They was all about 85, 75, 85 psi, but with a long tube on there, I think that's reduced the pressure, so I think we're probably okay. They're all about the same. I did it again, I didn't do it on camera, but I did it again with a shorter length, and it went up to 100 psi, so I think we're okay. Next thing we've got to do is get all this out of the way so we can get the rocker cover off. That's all fairly painless. Now the rocker cover's got to come off. Rocker cover can come off. There you go. Right, things have moved on a little bit here now. I've got the rocker cover off, and with a British car you'd just be able to unbolt the top here, take the whole lot off, and then I can get to the valves. But this one, no, the rocker shaft has to slide out the front of the engine, so I've had to take all the cam belt apart, and the thing is an absolute bloody nightmare to work on. Check this out, for instance. This is the crankshaft pulley, drive pulley. You feel around here, you can feel this big bolt. You undo the bolt, that, and the shaft comes out, and out comes the bloody the tooth for the cam belt. So to get it back in again, I've got to bolt that in first, and then these stupid little fiddly screws here, I've got to do up from down here. So it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Well, we've got all the cam belt out. As you can see, the cam belt's removed. I've slackened all these off. Now, so what I've got to do is get all these screws here out, but these ones are so damn tight I can't get out, so I've got to get myself an impact driver. I did have one, but I haven't used it for years. So I'm getting all those out, and hopefully I can slide these shafts out of here, and I'm hoping they'll just clear the radiator. I had to drop the radiator down, and I've got just enough space. If we look down here, look, just enough space for them to come through. Then I can get all those out, then I've got to make myself a little valve spring depressor to press the valve springs down, get the collets out, valve springs off, new guides on, then reverse process, put it all back together again. And that's it, I've got myself an impact driver now. I've done those two because I didn't want to be embarrassed because it didn't work. But just see how easy this doesn't look. That's that one loose. Look in there, look. Oh bloody hell, it's broken my tool. That's good, it's broken my screwdriver off. That one's really tight. Okay, we're making a little bit of progress now. I've managed to get the rockers out and the rocker shafts. I'm telling you, they were absolute pig they were, because they were covered in carbon and stuff. And there they all are, laying on the thing, look, in order, so I can put them back the same order. But getting them out was an absolute bitch, so I've got to do a bit of cleaning up on them and get the burrs off the edge so they go back in again. Now I'm going to show you how you can change the valve guide seals without taking the head off. I have cheated and I've done 2 of them already, but I'm going to show you how to do the cylinder number 2 now. Okay, right. We've done cylinder 1, done those. Now I'm going to do these 2 here. I'll show you on this one because you can probably see it on the video a bit better. First thing you have to do is you have to make the Dooley 2 Mark 1 valve spring depressor, which is like that. The way this works is it sits in there like that, and then we could depress the valve and then get the collets out. But before we can depress the valve, we've got to make sure the valve doesn't drop into the cylinder. So the way we do that is, believe it or not, with a piece of string. So what I've got to do first is get that cylinder on bottom dead centre. So I'm going to turn that round on the socket wrench on the flywheel crankshaft. I know that's bottom dead centre because of the marks. So what I've got to do now, I'm going to feed this in through the plug hole. a bit more awkward I think than the other one because there's all these bloody manifolds and stuff in the way. But I think we can do it. Might help me have a bit of water tube, water pipes, I'm going to push that through there. And that might help me guide it in. So, push it through there. Push it in there. Oh, that's better.
What a nasty radiator. Where's the stuff in there?
What's the water?
What's the radiator have water in there?
Cool the engine down. The water goes through the engine. And then the water gets hot as it goes through the engine from the heat of the engine. And then the radiator lets that heat go into the air. And then the water can go around and cool the engine again. Right, I think it's enough. Let's have a look. Excuse me please. Right, now I can turn that round top of the tent up and it should get stuck. Get to the top of the tent up. Just before top of the tent and that's stuck. Okay, right, this is the valve we're going to do. Right, so I'll get this. I put that over there. I slightly punch through here. And then you can see I can then depress the valve with my machine. I should have ground that back a bit there, but it's okay. There it goes. You can see the collets are loose. I can't get all these out. They're stuck. I might need a screwdriver just to pry those ones out. And down again. Just give that a little nudge to loosen them off. That's it. That's one collet. And then fiddly. So I've got my fingers in the way, you can't see very well, tubers. There's the other collet there. I'll do that again on the other one, different angle, so you might be able to see it better. So then I'll put my machine out. Down there for now.
There it is.
There. And then out comes my valve. Let me just do these in and I'll talk to you. And then you can see the valve guide seal there. I don't know if it pry off that valve seal. That should just come out here.
You can't really see that.
Can you be quite close here? It's been a bit of a pig to get out. Oh, that's good. That's him out. There's the old valve seal. So the valve, look, it can move a little bit still, but nowhere near enough to fall into the cylinder. It's just landing on the rope now. So enough loose in there, so I can just give it a little bit of a wobble and see there's not too much play on there, so that's good. So hopefully the new valve seal will do the job. So just wipe that over then, get the other valve seal, and new valve guide seal there. That should just push on there nice and gently. I should be putting a bit of oil on there really, but I'm too lazy. And it just sits on there now. It doesn't push in too hard, it's just quite easy to go in there. And then I've got to go reverse, put the valve back on. Oh, I laid it on there, look. Slide that back through there. Back in there. I'm sure when the old tubers are going to see this, they're going to say, you're a cowboy. I guess they'd probably be right. Push him back down. That collet back in. That's it, valve back on. What I tend to do, I don't know if it's really necessary, I tend to give them a little bit of a clout. Just make sure they're not going to come out. There you go, now I've got to do the same on the other side. Right, I'm just going to show you again on this another valve here. I'll see if I can do this without getting in the way. Once you've loosened them off, they come out quite easily normally. That's one out. Take that off. Up comes the old one. Give that a bit of a wipe over. New seal sliding down there. Up it goes. Dooley 2 Mark 1 valve spring compressor. That will go right down to there before it hits the top of the piston, and then there's no more room for the valve to go down to get the spring out. So without the rope in, okay then, things are looking pretty good now. All we've got to do now is time up the cam belt. As you can see, I've done the valve clearances, put all the valves back together again on the valve gear. I've set the valve clearance and put the rocker cover back on. I've put the spark plugs back in. All I need to do is just feed over these now the first time, because there'll still be a lot of oil in there from before I change the valve guides. Oh, there's no smoke. Oh, here comes smoke. Smoke's coming through. So as you can see, it does smoke quite a lot. But I'm hoping next time it starts there won't be any smoke.